Hello, everyone. Hello, students and parents. Good evening, everyone, and a warm greeting from SMS Higher Education. Today, we have live session of Ahmed Sir, who is International Officer from Birmingham City University, who is giving a brief introduction about Birmingham City University, talk about admission process, CAS letters, everything about. You can have a package of everything in a one roof today, right? I am Grishma Patel from India office. I am hand over to the Ahmed sir. He will light on the Birmingham City University today.
Hi, thank you very much. Yes, my name is Mizan Ahmed. I'm the International Officer for Birmingham City University. So I work mainly for the Bangladesh market, Middle East market, and the UK international market. We're here today to participate in the Facebook Live session with SMS Higher Education Group, just to tell you a bit more information about Birmingham City University, and if you are interested in applying for Birmingham City University, what the process is to apply for the university. The university itself, we're located in the second largest city in the UK. We're roughly about 1 hour, 20 minutes away from London. Location-wise, we're bang in the city centre. The university is actually in the city centre of the second largest city in the UK. So as the video that you just seen before shows you a glimpse of what Birmingham City University is like, where we're located. It's a very modern city, very open plan city, and it's a very multicultural city as well, with thousands of students coming over from India, from Bangladesh, from Pakistan, from all across the world, pretty much. We have international students from Africa, from Middle East, we have from Americas, we have from everywhere. This is why we're proud to be one of the most multicultural cities in the UK. The university, the application process is open now for September. It has been for the last couple of months. If you are looking to make an application, don't hesitate. Get in touch with SMS. Make the application directly with them. They are one of our partners. We have a worldwide partnership with them across India and Bangladesh, so you can apply depending on where you're from. Also, our admissions team work really closely with them as well, so in that way we can get you assessed and everything within a couple of weeks. We can get you the offer out for September. We have over 300 courses, undergraduate and postgraduate courses across 3 faculties. So depending on what kind of course that you want to study, we pretty much have that course available for you. Our tuition fees vary from about £16,300, and all our PG courses have optional placement courses as well. So if you are looking for a course that has placement opportunity, we do have that available for you. The only courses we don't major in is the chemistry, biology, medicine courses. We don't major in them kind of courses, but apart from that, we pretty much have a course that's available for you. that's pretty much everything that I could tell you in terms of Birmingham City University, the where we're located. If there's any questions, I'm here today to help you with those questions today.
Okay, sir. We have few questions right now on the comment section. The first is they are asking what do aspect OIETC for bachelor's is accepted for the admission process or not?
At the moment, we are accepting OITC as normal, so
Hmm.
please do. If you have already got it, submit it over. The university will do credibility interviews anyway for India and Bangladeshi students. So at those credibility interviews, just ensure that you have a good English language. The way you're answering your questions, ensure that you're not reading anything across anything. Make sure you're confident in the way you are speaking as well. But yes, we are accepting OITC at the moment.
Okay. Which are the other exams we are accepting for the admission process, like PTE, IELTS, right?
Yeah.
These are the
So,
TOEFL, everything.
yeah, so exactly what you just said. We're accepting the OITC, we're accepting IELTS, we're accepting TOEFL, we're accepting the BCU English test as well. And if you've done a standard 12 English in CBSE in India, then we're accepting that English as long as you get over, I think, 65% in your English in standard 12. In
And
Bangladesh, we're not accepting any MOI. It's definitely from one of those examples that I've just mentioned.
okay, for the Bangladesh students, is it the same requirement for India,
How do you
same
mean?
as India,
Sorry.
or is there any
Yeah,
differences?
Yeah, so basically the only difference with the India is obviously we accept the CBSE or the standard 12 English. With Bangladesh, we don't accept any of the Englishes.
Hmm.
It has to be through an English test exam.
Okay, that is a compulsory I can say about. They have to give English exam proficiency for that.
That's correct. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's good. Yeah. What is the procedure to get the BCU test? Is there any requirement that we have to give the offer letter? Is it compulsory to get the offer letter? Then we can give the BCUI test only.
So for the BCU test, you would need to make an
Hmm.
application. Definitely, you need to have a student ID, a valid student ID for September intake. From there, you can go onto the university
Okay.
website. You can book your English test directly online. It is 55 UK pound, but you will be able to get the results within a week and a bit. So compare it to your IELTS test, it's probably about 10 times more, and obviously it's a lot more longer wait for that test result to come out. The way the exam is done is exactly the same as your IELTS test, so the four bands that you'll be tested on.
Okay. Okay. I think the students has got the answer. Other
Yep.
question is how can we book? What is the procedure to get the admissions in the BCU? I think I can answer this question that you need to apply, you need to contact your nearest office to of SMS, and we can help you out for admission process and every other thing, right? So please contact our offices. We have already scrolled down the numbers of our offices below the presentation, so you will get all the information about it, right?
Yep.
So the question is, what is the turnaround to get the offer letter from BCU?
Okay, so at the moment we work with the fast track process. So depending on SMS as your agency letting us know which applications more priority. Basically, we can do a fast track process, get those applications done within probably about 1 or 2 weeks. Roughly, you're looking at probably about 3 weeks at the moment if it's not being flagged up to our system. As long as the student has pretty much everything in place, we can get an offer within a couple of weeks, definitely.
Okay. So, is there any criteria to get this much of age gap is accepted after the study, like 2 years of gap for bachelor's or a master's, 3 years gap is accepted? Is there any rule that for the admission process is there?
There's no set rule in terms of writing rules, but at the end of the day, we need to look at your personal statement, look at what you've been doing in that gap. So, like I mentioned before, each student will get a credibility interview at the end before the class is issued. So, at that credibility interview, they will be asking the question, "What have you been doing in that set time, and why are you looking to come back to studying now?" As long as you have this writing in your personal statement, and you can speak about it, it's okay. We will be able to accept it. But mainly, you need to ensure that you are able to explain the reasons why you're coming back after a certain year's gap.
Okay. So we have question that do we have any pre-sessional English options for the students?
That's correct, yes. So we do have pre-sessional starting in May. So we have a 16-week, we have a 10-week, and we have a 6-week, and they are all in campus in the UK. So previous, due to COVID, we did the last 2 years online, but now due to COVID restrictions getting lifted in the UK, we are looking to do this face to face. So if you are interested to apply for pre-sessional, get in touch with your counselor and get them to make an application on behalf of that as well.
Yeah, sure. Definitely. So, other question. Thanks for your answer, sir. So, other question is there any requirement, special requirement for the cast letter?
Special requirements for
So, student
CAS
has to pay
letter.
minimum that like
Yeah.
in terms of I can say about the 65% of fees they have to pay.
Okay. So at the moment, we our deposit minimum deposit is £3,000. Once you make the £3,000 deposit, then we will obviously start processing the CAS shield for you. We need to do a pre-credibility interview. Once you pass a pre-credibility interview, then we will take over your bank statements and everything like that. So at the moment, our requirement is basically obviously the £3,000 uh, minimum fee.
Okay, that's great, sir. So, are we accepting state board? We have other question that student is asking: are we accepting state board waiver? Like we are only accepting CBSE board student to get the waiver of like 70% marks is required in the standard 12th. Are we going to the same thing for the state board students?
There's certain state boards that we accept on from India. As I don't work for the India department, I'm not 100% sure which ones they are. They are on the university website under English requirements. All I know at the moment is the CBSE, but there are some other ones that we do accept as well. You just have to go onto the university website or get in touch with SMS as well. Your counselor would know 100% which boards that we accept from India. Like I mentioned, from Bangladesh, we don't accept any MOI or any state board English from there. You would have to do one of the English tests. Apart from Duolingo, we pretty much accept everything else as well.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Do you have any scholarship for the Indian or Bangladesh students for this intake for September?
Of course, yeah. So depending on GPA, we offer up to £2,000 scholarship. So our maximum fee is £2,000. We roughly vary from 1,000 to 1,500 to 1,000 to £2,000. So it all depends on obviously your GPA. We look at.
Okay. So we need to apply separately for the scholarship, or it is included when we apply for the admission process at the time of it?
No, you don't need to apply separately. Once you make an application, submit your transcripts, academic transcripts. We'll be able to look at the GPA and see what kind of GPA you have, and automatically we'll give you on the conditional offer or your unconditional offer letter. You would see underneath the scholarship will be added on automatically.
Okay. Great. So we have other question from student. Um, that how many year of study gap is accepted for the Bangladeshi students?
So we don't have a set amount in terms of what the gap is. Like I mentioned before, we look at it case by case. To be honest with you, a bit too much of a gap, and if you can't explain what you've been doing during that period of time, no link to the university, like the course that you've studied before, then maybe not. But it all depends on what you want to achieve and how you want to achieve it, and how the course that you are applying for will help you achieve that goal. So everything is case by case.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Do we have a I can say about the placement courses for the students for the September intake?
Yeah, of course. Every single master course that is available on the university website will have an optional placement course. So the placement is not guaranteed for the student. We're never going to be able to guarantee us placement. It all depends on the student trying to get that job. But we do help the student in terms of getting their prepared, getting their personal statement prepared, their interview techniques prepared, getting them out into industry to meet industry partners, getting them that chance to get that interview in the first place. So we do offer a lot of help behind the scenes, and obviously it's down to the student to get that job once they can.
Yeah, that's great, sir. Uh, uh, are we students getting the pre-sessional along with the main course, the single class, or they need to study pre-sessional English over in India or in the Bangladesh only, like online only, I can say about.
No, so at the moment it's all face to face in the UK, so they'll be able to fly over to UK in May, June, or July, depending on which type of pre-sessional course that they're applying for. In terms of your CAS, it will be a joint CAS if the English is the only requirement outstanding. So if you're still studying, you're waiting for your bachelor's result and it will come out in June, July, but you need to come in May, it won't be a joint CAS, it'll be just a separate CAS just for the pre-sessional. You'll be able to complete that, then have to go back to your home country and then apply again. But if you've got everything in place and it's just a pre-sessional course, I mean, that is required English, they will be able to give you a joint CAS for that.
Okay, great, great. So, is I'm sorry to interrupt you in between. I have other question that if the
Yeah.
student is giving the BCU test once, if he fails that one, so is he eligible to give the another chance to get the test, like paying the fees?
Of course, yeah. As long as it's not like a really bad result in terms of like, for example, we accept 6.0 and all accept 5.5. If a student does an English test and gets a 4.0, clearly it's not worth doing the test again. They would need to go back and look at the English language test. Go to do a course, for example. Then there's no point. But if they've missed out by point 0.5, for example, then yeah, they can do that again. It's not a problem.
Yeah. So, is this the BCU test is counted in the pre-sessional English part or not, sir?
No, so the we can accept it. Sorry, for the pre-sessional. Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. We have other question that for pre-sessional English, the UKVI PT and UKVI IELTS is mandatory, or the normal IELTS is valid to get the
No, so
admissions.
it has to be UKVI simply because it's below a B2 level. So it needs to be a UKVI
Hmm.
IELTS.
Okay, it's okay, great. Uh, do we have to pay any other cost for the placement year courses, or it is included in the tuition fees, sir?
No, so the placement opportunity, the course fee is a bit more expensive. It's another £1,500 on top of the £16,300. So you're looking about £16,700, I believe, almost £17,000, depending on which course that you apply for, and that will cover your placement. Yeah, basically, pretty much.
Do we have other requirement like the students has to score has in bachelor 65%, they are eligible to get the work placement courses only. If the student is getting only 55%, they will not opt for the work placement courses. Is there any criteria to get the admissions in like this?
I mean, in terms of entry requirements, we stick to
Yeah,
what
in terms
we
of
have.
entry
Yeah,
requirements.
yeah. I mean, in terms of
Yeah.
Bangladesh and India entry requirements, it varies. It depends on the countries. Bachelor's courses for GPA in terms of Bangladesh is 2.75. You need to study a 4-year bachelor's in Bangladesh and then come over to do your um, your masters in UK. I believe it's 65% in India. I'm not too sure. Like I mentioned, I don't work for the India department, so I'm not 100% sure. You can get in touch with your Indian rep, Disha from India, or you can get in touch with the SMSI Education, one of the councils will be able to give you a bit more information about that. In terms of Bangladesh, you need to do that the 4-year bachelor's to go into masters. For the masters to masters, you need to complete again a GPA of 2.7 for your masters to do another masters in the UK.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for the clarification of the answer. Now, sir, from my team, Farah will be there to you, right? I will hand over to Farah. She is from the UK office, and
Okay.
she is handling. She is the head of the counseling over there in SMS. So I'm
Okay.
handovering to her.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello, Ms. Anha. I
Hi,
hope you're
Farah. How are
doing
you?
alright. I'm doing alright. How are you?
I'm okay. Thank you very much. Nice to see you.
Sorry, yeah, same here. Sorry, a bit outside and a bit late to join the meeting.
It's
So,
okay.
how are you today? And how is the university work? Everything's going on.
Yes, it's very well. Thank you very much. We're getting really busy at the moment. September coming very quick and fast, so Yes, it's peak time at the moment. As you could tell, I think you guys are very busy as well at the same time. So yeah, the universities are definitely feeling it at the moment.
So I'm the head of counseling from SMS Higher Education Group. I'm handling the all the students from Bangladesh at the moment.
Okay.
So is it going to be the same as Grishma has already mentioned, like the scholarship and entry criteria? Is it going to be everything same for the Bangladeshi students as well?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we have the same entry requirements in terms of our GPA requirements, 2.75. English requirements are pretty much the same as well. Everything is pretty much the same. I think India has a different in terms of entry requirements depending on what kind of course that they studied, because their bachelor is a bit different to us. The Bangladesh bachelor's is 4-year bachelor's required to go on to the master's course in the UK, and obviously masters to masters, we do accept that as well. But yeah, it's a bit different, but it's a bit the same as well at the same time.
All right. And what about the English courses? Is it going to be like IELTS, and also do you guys accept OITC and all those?
Yeah, so we are accepting OITC at the moment. We're accepting IELTS, we're accepting PTE. We have the BCU English test as well. So we pretty much accept majority of the courses,
What
English
about
tests.
the MOI? Do you guys accept that?
No, so there's no MOI for Bangladesh, unfortunately.
All right. And what about the scholarship? Is it going to be again same, the £2,000?
Yeah, so maximum £2,000. So if you have a GPA over 3.5 to 4, we give a £2,000 scholarship. Anything over 3 to 3.5, we give £1,500. And anything from 2.75 to 3, we give £1,000 scholarship.
All right. And what about the pre-sessional English course?
Yeah, so we're starting in May. We're doing it face to face in the UK. We have a 16-week course, we have a 10-week course, and then we have a 6-week course. So it all depends on the English requirement, what the student has. Uh, we can fit into those kind of criteria.
Okay. And what about the study gap?
Yeah, I mean, study gap at the moment, we don't have a really guide in terms of how long it needs to be. We do it case by case. In terms of the students' entry requirements, we need to look at basically what they've been doing over the gap. If it meets the what they've been doing in terms of the academic, then yeah, okay, fine, we can accept it. They just need to explain it in the personal statement and in the credibility interview as well.
Okay. All right. And to get the offer, how long does it take?
So as long as you let me know as soon as possible, we can get the offer out within a week. After that, once they apply, let us know as soon as possible. We can get those done within a week or 2 weeks maximum. I would say 2 weeks at the moment. It's gonna get a bit more busier, so the quicker you apply, the quicker turnaround you can get. The later you apply, the later it's gonna get. Unfortunately, simply because of turnaround time.
All right. Fair enough. And just one more question about placement. Does the university help to get the placement, or the student needs to get it by itself?
So in terms of placement, we cannot guarantee a placement. Obviously, nobody can. It depends on the employer if they want to employ the person. But we do help in terms of getting the student prepared for their interview. We invite them over to speak to industry partners, look at their personal statement, look at their interview techniques as well. So we do help them in terms of the background, so they're a bit more confident in terms of when they do go to get that interview done in the first place.
What about the cast? Is it going to be joint cast or when they have their
Yeah,
pros, or is it going
for
to be separate?
pre-sessional, did you say? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as long as the condition is only the English required, that's it. Then yeah, we can give a joint CAS. But if they're still waiting for the bachelor's results to come out, we'll be able to give a single CAS for them students.
All right. And one more question. So if a student have like a refusal before,
Mhm.
do you guys accept that?
You need to submit the refusal first. We need to look at it case by case. We have accepted previous refusals depending on what the reason was. For example, they applied for a visit visa, they got refused. That's not a problem. We can take that. If there's anything to do with credibility in terms of documents and stuff like that, maybe we won't accept them. But we look at each case by case, to be honest.
Okay, that's good. I have a question in the comment section. So
Mhm.
it says if you have a B2 score in OITC, do you guys accept that?
Yeah, so we need B2, as in it needs to be equivalent to a 6.0 and no less than 5.5 in each band. If it's equivalent to that, then yes, we do accept that.
Okay, that's fine. And what about the intakes? There's going to be two intakes, September and Jan.
Yeah. So we have September, which is open to all undergraduate and postgraduate courses, and we have January, which is only open to postgraduate courses only. So we only run two intakes per year.
All right. And another question I've received in here, it says, do you accept Duolingo for Foundation 2022?
No, we don't accept Duolingo at all.
Okay. All right. And if a student has, okay, another question. If a student has OITC and the score is low, then what to do? Do they need to sit for pre-sessional, or what else option do
So
you have
with
got?
OITC, we won't take that directly onto a pre-sessional course. They will need to do a UKVI IELTS test to get onto the pre-sessional course. Um, the OITC, if you've got a low score, the only thing I would say is just redo it. Redo your OITC or go for an IELTS test. Try your best with that. There's nothing else we can say unless you get those results in, unfortunately.
That's fair. And for foundation, you don't take OITC, do you? Or,
No, Foundation runs with our provider Navitas, so I don't. They are taking OITC, but I'm not too sure what their grades. I think it's a 5.5 they take overall, so it could be that it's a bit lower. But they are a bit more strict in terms of the entry requirements from Bangladesh and India.
and what about the PSW options do you have got? Does it come straight after the certificate or transcript they receive? Can they
Yeah,
apply
so
for a post
Yeah,
certificate?
so PSW, the students can still apply for PSW this year if they come this September. We don't know what's going to happen next year; it might change. But after the course is finished, they do have that period of time when they can apply for the PSW. But they need to ensure that they actually come in on time to the courses, make sure that they pass the course and achieve a good result. They can't come and fail, or not come and then apply for the PSW. It won't work like that. So as long as the student comes and passes their course, then yes, they can apply for the PSW.
All right. Another question I've got. It's like, can we apply to foundation program through SMS? Can a student apply through us for
That's something
foundation?
that you would need to answer because I'm not too sure. If you have that agreement with Navitas, then yes, you can. I'm not too sure. Do you have it? I think you might have an agreement.
I think we might. We just need to talk about
I
it.
if you don't, then we'll have a conversation after this. Hopefully, Farah, and then we'll
Yeah.
sort something out. Definitely.
Yeah, because we have like a lot of students who can, like, we can put them on the foundation course,
Yeah,
and then afterwards they can straight away go for first year, second year.
yeah,
So that would be a great way to connect.
yeah. Definitely, we'll have a conversation after this, and hopefully, we can try sort something out.
All right. Let me see if there is any other question. Yeah. I think that should be all right. Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
for today.
Okay.
And
Cool.
if you guys have any sort of queries, you guys can contact us on SMSR Education Group. We have two offices at Bangladesh. One is at Dhaka, another one is at Sylhet. So both the numbers and website, everything is given. And if anybody wants to apply from UK, they can also contact the UK office. And yeah, that's all for today. Thank you, Mizanbha.
Thank you very
Hope
much.
Ramadan is going good. I
Thank you.
think Grishma
Yes.
has some questions. Let me see.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
So I have still two questions only left from my end.
Okay.
First question is, what is the deadline for the September retake to get the offer letter last by last? And what will be the deadline for the tuition fees and the cast letter?
Okay, so at the moment we don't really have a deadline in writing, but I would say if you are very interested to apply for September, we're in April at the moment. I would say no later than probably July, the first week of July, simply because we need to ensure that we have enough time to get the credibility interview done, get the tuition fee payment done, and get your documents ready to apply for the visa for you to be able to come by September for the enrollment period. Uh, the payment deadline, I would say probably August, simply because if everything's done before that, then yes, 100% by August, early August. But at the moment, we don't actually have a deadline at the moment set by writing.
Okay. Okay, great. So are we offering the next question is, are we offering the lowest like pre-masters or anything other things, like pre-master score or extended master courses to the students which have very low grades in the bachelor's?
I mean, in terms of pre-masters, that runs by BCUIC. So that's our Navitas. They would do the pre-master courses. In terms of extended masters, we only have two extended masters, which is the MBA and the MSc Management International Business. It depends on the GPA. Even if it's too low, we won't be able to accept it. If it's by about 5% lower, then yes, we can accept it. Not a problem. But it depends on the GPA. All depends on that GPA.
Right. So I think I'm checking the questions if we have more questions. I think you have. We don't have any questions till now. I think you have solved each and every part of it, like from admission for the cars, deadline, everything, sir. Thank you so
Thank you.
much for your time,
No
right, sir?
worries.
Thank you. Yeah, we can bother you again and again if we stuck at any point of contact, right, sir?
Of
Thank you
course,
so
I
much.
just
Thank
want,
you so much, every.
sorry, I just want to say, if you are looking at this video at the moment, if you're thinking to apply for BCU, get those applications in as soon as possible. SMS Higher Education, they work really well with the India department, with Disha in India and myself from Bangladesh. So you have two, three people that are dedicated to work for the SMS Higher Education from BCU. So don't think that you can't make an application. Get the application in, and hopefully from our side we'll do everything we can in terms of turning that application around. And hopefully, if you have any queries, we're here to help you out as well.
Yeah, definitely, sir. So students, we have, sir, and we have SMS higher education team for all of you in three offices like UK, Dhaka, Silat, and India. So everybody is helping you out. If you have any query, any doubts, any point of contact, you can contact us, and you can check our website also. You can give a call or email us anytime. We can respond to you everything, right? And it was a nice session to you, sir, with you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank
And
you.
yeah, thank you so much, sir.